Alright, we have a 2013 Mazda 2. This will work from your 2009 to 2015 Mazda 2s. We'll be doing the oil pans, pretty easy to do. I got a lift so it's a little easier for me to work on, but if you're on the floor, it is almost just as easy. First thing you want to do is obviously jack the car up. Second, what we're going to do is we're going to just drain the oil. I'm actually going to save it because he just got an oil change done less than 20 minutes ago. So it's 19 millimeter for my drain bolt, and then we'll start draining all of it out now. And then just be mindful, you want to let it drain out as long as you can, since we're going to be taking this pan off. The more that drains, the less mess we'll have once we start to drop this pan. So it's at this point just slow dripping. So I'll do is I'm going to put the drain bolt back on, so when we drop the pan, it's not going to make a mess everywhere, and I can just drip it all in my bucket here. So yeah, we'll just start by taking off all these 10 millimeter bolts, and we'll put this bolt back on, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. Got all the bolts out except one in the back here just hanging. I'm gonna get a little pry bar or chisel and then just go in between here and get like either a small mallet or just see how deep I can go with the chisel and just try to separate this gasket free here. There we go. So I've separated a lot now. There we go. So this guy's ready to drop. There we go. Next thing that we'll do is we'll wait till there's some oil drips, try to get the rest up, we'll clean it up. And then we'll get a razor blade, maybe we'll get some brake cleaner, try to clean this entire surface up here because we are going to have to get ready, get a new gasket for it. And then same thing with the pan. Right here. We're going to do the same thing with the pan here. I'm also going to put it on the parts washer, get some degreaser, and clean the pan up, make it look brand new. And yeah, we'll do that right now. Alright, so here's what we're doing here for this surface. It's pretty easy, just you can get a little scraper at like AutoZone for a couple bucks or something. You can even just get a normal razor blade and scrape it off if you want. And yeah, it's just pretty straightforward, just getting all this surface cleaned up. We'll just do this for a couple minutes here. I don't really think I need to put this in the video for the whole time I'm doing it. But just, yeah, here's just a good example of scraping all this old RTV off, and then I'll wipe it clean, maybe get some brake cleaner and clean off all these edges here. And then yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'll show you the before and after of this and the pan. Here's the pan right now as well. Alright, this is with some degreaser, some brake clean, a wire brush, and a lot of elbow grease. Probably took me about 30 minutes, 25 minutes to really clean this whole thing up. When there's no gasket, they just slap RTV, it gets real messy. Now, it doesn't have to be like absolutely, you know, by the millimeter perfect. You know, as you can tell here, this guy is just an old pan, which needs a little rub, so I'm not going to go too crazy on it. Here's the RTV I'm going to be using. This is some dealer stuff from Toyota. This is some seal packing. Here's the part number on it if you'd like. If not, you can pretty much just use any RTV or silicone that's oil resistant. And then I'll show you how much to put on it, and we'll do it right now. So before we start to put any sealant on it, we're gonna want to clean our surface here now, and then right before as well that we put this pan on, or else it's not going to seal with all that oil that just sits and then leaks from the block onto this here. So we'll kind of just clean all this guy up, make sure it's wiped up and everything, and then we'll start by sealing this guy up. Alright, we got to make sure our surface now is dry. If you're using brake cleaner or something to clean this, just make sure it's all wiped off. I left mine in the sun for 20 minutes to just kind of dry up. Here's what I'm using to seal this guy. Here's the part number on it. This is Toyota seal packing for oil pans and other stuff on Toyotas. I just had some left over. Here's what I do is I get a glove that you're ready to throw away. Wipe it across your finger and go up the entire thing. It's a lot quicker this way than it would be to just do it other way. You don't want a ridiculous amount, but you do want a small surface. Looking pretty. And then I don't know if I'm gonna have the best way to film it here, but what I'm gonna do is just put it up with one hand and then start my bolts in with the other hand, just regularly. Nothing special you need to do. So I'm gonna pop this glove off, get another one, and put it up. Alright, so I haven't got every bolt in yet. I got a couple, and then I started filming, so we'll get all these bolts in. You don't gotta slap them in too tight yet. We'll just get them all up in there. Alright, I lost one of my bolts, so I got this guy right here, still a replacement. The torque spec is 8 feet-pounds on the pan. So what that means, if you don't know how tight that is, or you don't know what torque wrench is, you can feel it bottom out with your fingers. That's how tight you should go. You don't want to go crazy over tightening. These bolts are really small and they will break. So you know, you could do a cross pattern to start tightening them. And then yeah, let's do that right now. So pretty much most RTV applications take anywhere from a 12 to 24 hours to fully cure. So what I'm gonna do is, I got a bunch of other work to do on this car, so I'm gonna do that. It's about 3 p.m. here, so I'm gonna wait until probably noon tomorrow, and then I'll put some oil in it, and then start it up for about 15-20 minutes, let it warm up and get hot, and make sure that there's no more oil dripping out of this guy anymore. So just keep in mind, I wouldn't put any oil in for a little bit, and then yeah, I'll check back in tomorrow. Alright, it has been 24 hours since we sealed up this pan. Now lastly, all you gotta do is make sure this drain plug is tight if you already didn't tighten it up, and then put some oil back in it, and while you start it, let it run for a little bit, let it get warm, and make sure you don't see any oil dripping out. You should be good after that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.